Okay, so now we're gonna start off with the heart. Okay, now the heart, it's a bit tricky, but once you get used to it, it becomes fairly easy. Now, for the base, we want the heart is gonna start from the base. And I have a big heart like that, a big heart like that. So what I make usually to look nice is that we start off with big hearts on both sides. As we go up the palm, we finish off with small hearts. So usually I'll start off with a base of 10 palm leaves on each side. Okay, so to do that, okay, so to start off, we have to make sure that the leaves are all single. So as you can see here, that I am just separating them right up into the bottom. I don't want to pull it all the way back, just leave a bit. Okay, so all the single leaves, so this is double leaf here, right there. So I'm just going to separate that. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So this is the 4th and 5th. Okay, and try just so it look nicer. Make sure that when you're braiding on both sides, that the leaves will be approximately the same height or the same thickness. Okay, so it would look nicer. Okay, so some more here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this a double? Gotta make sure they're not doubles. Okay, so we have 6 here. So just keep separating them, making them single leaves until we have 10 on both sides. Now I'm just gonna show you in a bit, but I will explain it right now. Some people, okay, they do 10, they work with the 10 on each side, but I usually like is to, after I have 10 on each side, I cross them over like that, so that it would look nicer, because it covers the stalk. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. And here is our 10. Okay, so we have 10 on this side. Okay, we start off by separating 10 on the other side. Okay, so this is the other side. The leaf. As you can see, that these leaves are the other side of the leaves. They're a bit thin, but that's okay. We have to work with what we have. Okay, and sometimes you find the or the edge of the leaf, it's a bit hard. Okay, and separate. So if it's separated, you can just remove it. If not, you can leave it. Okay. The reason I'm removing it is that when you start weaving, it cracks and it opens up, and so it becomes a bit hard. So if you remove it earlier, it's much more easier. Okay, so I have here 4, 6 more. Okay, and it'll be nicer if you put on like a hymn while you're doing this. Usually, like the tradition in Egypt is that the families come together and they braid palm, on Palm Eve. Or I know some people, they like to do it in the church after the Ashaya or the Vespers of Palm Sunday. Okay. So I'm just making sure that we have all single leaves, no doubles. So this is the hard edge of the leaf I'm talking about. You see it's a bit bent here. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a bit stuck. See, I missed one. Separate one. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So, like I was saying, is so here's my 10 that I separated. Okay. So, like I was saying, I could start breeding on one side, but what I usually do is I cross them over. So, to do this, you take one leaf on one side, the other leaf on the other side, and cross them like that. Okay. So as you can see, it's gonna look nice at the end. Okay, you're gonna have. Okay, so take a leaf on this side, cross it on the leaf on the other side. Okay. So back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So break this like that. And I can do so. See, as you can see, that I'm braiding as I'm crossing over. Okay. Farther. Okay. So take it this one. So now I have 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. Okay. Make sure you don't get it mixed up. Okay. The bottom of this one. Separate a bit. Okay, so cross over like this. Okay. So you can see I'm crossing over. And again, like I said, you don't have to do the crossing over. It's a bit of work, but it looks nicer at the end. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 3 so far, and we're gonna have 10 to go. Okay. So once you have a couple, you can do that. So you cross over, you can do that. This one should have gone on the bottom. Okay, I'm just doing all much more easier if you did all one side, you cross them over first and do the other side. So guys, I see that this is slowly starting to look like being braided. Like that. Okay, so almost done here. Okay, so like I was saying, the key to braiding any palm is that to lock it, you have to create this pattern of going. So as you can see, that the last one here, it was on, start on the bottom, so this one will start on top. It might be a bit intimidating at the first time since we're starting with 10, but for beginners, you guys can start with 5 or 4, whatever makes you comfortable. I just usually start with 10 because, like I said, it looks nicer when we start off with big hearts at the bottom. Then, as we go upward the palm, it looks like a big heart at the bottom and small hearts at the top. So now we have 4. You can tug on them at the end after we finish. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna finish that and I'll show you what it looks like. So here is the finished product. Okay, so this is the crossover. Okay, if you didn't cross over the leaves, okay, you're not gonna have this front part out like this. You're gonna have 2 separated hearts. Okay, and you'll see the stalk of palm in the center. Okay, so just before you start breathing the top end of the heart like that, okay, you have to make sure that you get rid of all the little holes by pulling tighter. Okay, you want to pull as much tight as you can. Okay, so as you can see here, these are all the middle holes that I'm talking about. Okay, so I want to pull this a bit tighter. Okay, so this is tight enough. Okay, so to start off by one side, okay, do the palm. You take this. Okay, so here you have 10. Okay, like we said. Okay, so here's the 10. Okay, so start off one over on top of the other. Okay, like that. So right now we're making the bottom, the top part of the heart. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing it. Okay, until we have equal sides or equal number of leaves down the center. So what this means is that, as you can see here, when I'm doing this, okay, I have 2 on this side, okay, and 8. I have 2 on this side, so 2 going sideways and 8 going upwards. So I'm gonna continue doing it this way, like that. Okay, so I'm just want to make sure it's being tight, pulled as tight as possible. Okay, and so like I said, we're gonna keep doing this until we have 5 and 5 on each side. Okay. So here we have 3 on one side, on 8 on the other. Okay. So we have 4 and 6, so 1 more. Okay, so we have 4 on 4, or 4 on each side. Okay, so that being said, just gonna snip this part off here. Again, this is what I'm talking about, the edge that is hard, and it runs down the entire length of the leaf, and so when it cracks, it splits into two, so we don't need this. Okay, so here we have 4 on 4. So as you can see, 4 on this side and 4 on this side. So that being said, so now they're both even. Okay, so now we can start braids. Okay, like that. Okay, and this is an edge. I'm gonna snip this edge off. Okay. So since we have 4 here and 4 there, I'm gonna do one more. Okay. Because the reason is just that the leaves, the palm leaves on this side is much more thicker, and as you can see that on this side they're much more thinner. Okay. Okay. So now I have 6 on one side. Okay. So like I said, we have to make sure that they are pulled as tight as we can. Okay. So I'm gonna do the other side now. So take this and go like we did showed on the other side. This time we go from bottom to up. Okay. And again, you feed it through one top, one bottom, one top, one bottom, like this. See? That's the key to braiding. Okay. Now I'm going to do a bit on this side. Okay. Looks like I'm going to do more from this side, because the reason I'm saying this is, like I said, top ones here are much more thicker than the side ones. Okay. And so if I did the side ones that are going sideways, that are going horizontally, they're much more thinner, and they're going to run out faster. Okay. So I'm going to do more from this side. Okay, again, that's another cracked edge. We don't want that. Can take it out. Okay. Now we go over like that. Okay. Hold tight. Make sure they're nice and tight. Okay. So as you can see here, for this one, since this is on top, so the next one's going to be on bottom. Fold it over. Like that. Okay. And while you're breeding, if it doesn't look right, okay, just take a look back. Like for example, see here, this doesn't make sense. You know that this one has to look here. When you look back, okay, like for example, see, I've missed the one because there's 2 here. So I've got to go back and change them. Okay. Okay. This one is going to be on top of that. So this here I'm gonna finish for my ends because they're getting smaller. Okay, you see now it's nice and pointy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I will snip off I will snip off the ends here a bit so that they're much more easier when I stuff them in. Okay, and the stuffing in, we do that on the back side. Okay, so these ones. Okay, so to stuff them in, we flip it over. Okay. So we flip it over like this, and we take the farthest one, okay, which is this one, okay, and we feed it in through here like this. Okay. So you pull on it. You see here it is closed. Okay. Now this one, since it's coming from the back, we do the same thing. We stuff it in through this next one over here. Okay. Then stuff it in through another one. Okay. Maybe a third one. Then we're gonna snip off the rest. Okay. So again, this is coming from the front, so it has to go to the back. Okay. Okay. See, it's created a lock grid system. This one, we stuff it again in the front. So you just keep doing it this back and forth till you close off each single side. Okay. So again, this goes to the back. Okay, this one goes to the front. Okay. You see here it only goes through one, so I can stuff this, move it to the back again. And now the edge one we'll leave to the end. We close off the other side. Okay, the reason we leave it is that when we close off this side, we're creating a back pocket, so when this flips over it goes through. Okay, it's really simple if you think about it. Because, like I said, the key is that we're trying to put one on top of the other so that all of them interlock. Okay, so just want to make, so if we backed up here, you can see that this is the heart. Okay, so here we have the base of the heart. Okay, the one at the bottom. Okay, so this is the base of the heart, and the end of it looks like this. So when you hold it up like from far away, it's gonna look something like that. So here we have half a heart. Okay, now I will finish the second half of the heart. Okay, and I'm gonna show you at the end what it looks like. So as you can see, this is the final outcome of of the palm. Okay, so this is the rest of it right there. Okay, and you have noticed that this looks somewhat like a donkey. The reason it came out this way is on this side we started folding the main ones going this way. Okay, for this one I started folding the main ones going this way. If we have folded the main ones going this way, okay, it will have came out heart shaped. Okay, so you can see it's pretty neat, it's nice looking. Okay, so now what we can do is do the same thing. Do two hearts. Okay, split again from both sides. Okay, and keep building until we reach the end. Okay, and I'll show you at the end what it's gonna look like.